because I'm talking to someone else, I didn't want to work with that person ever again. Caught him going through my bag and sniffing my socks. It was a very stressful type of time. What's up, everybody? It's Exclusive Cruz here. This is Staying Exclusive with Exclusive Cruz. But yeah, guys, so a lot of you guys have been in my comment section telling me, hey, Exclusive Cruz, you have so much interesting things that happen to you every single day. Why don't you start a podcast and talk about it? And honestly, it's been on the back of my team's mind for a while now. We're actually going to fully commit now. And you know what? It's time to do it. So we're officially launching Staying Exclusive. It's going to be, the biggest podcast to come out so far. But basically, the purpose of our podcast is to have very, very exclusive creators on the podcast. So there's a lot of podcasts out here, that just have everybody or anyone just on it. But the purpose of this podcast is we don't just really accept anyone unless they've officially proven themselves in the industry. So I'm very excited, guys, because I'm well connected with a lot of people in the industry, and I feel like I can bring you guys a very, very deep level connection to a lot of top creators out here that, you guys don't really get to know a lot about them because they're on this side of the microphone. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, guys, I kind of just want to get a deep dive with you guys about some of the things that have happened to me in my life. I do social media. I've been doing social media my entire life. Pretty much. Literally, I've been doing social media now for like 10 years, pretty much a decade. It's my entire life. I love social media, guys. It's a way for me to connect with people without having to leave my house. And I love connecting with people. I love conversating. I love talking. And I just feel like it's such an easy way to do that when you're just on social media and you're able to connect with people all around the world just through a button. But I do want to get a little bit more in touch with you guys about the juicy things. So obviously, my name is Exclusive Cruz because I have an exclusive side of me. So it makes sense. A lot of you guys know that exclusive side of me, and a lot of you guys might not. This might be your first time ever seeing me. But there is a side of me that gets a little bit, let's just say, freakier. I guess that's the word you can say. And not in like a weird way. Let's just say in a very good way. And I feel like this podcast is going to be a great way for me to be able to express that side of myself to you guys, and for you guys to take a deeper dive into me as well. A lot of you guys may know, but I do the blue page, and I've been doing the blue page now for about like 3-4 years. I'm pretty successful, I would say, when it comes to a creator on the blue page. I've been able to travel all around the world, go to the biggest events all around the world, and just get really good sponsorships as well. I've also been able to, move out to a penthouse by my own and just kind of do life out here in ATL all by myself. I was born in New Jersey and moved out to Atlanta when I was like 3 years old. And I played soccer my entire life. So that pretty much sums up who I am as a person. I'm an athlete, and I've always been an athlete. That's something that's super different, that sets me apart from all the different creators around, is I actually am an actual athlete at heart. And I don't just look good, you know what I mean? I can actually play good. So that is something that's very different from me. One thing about me, guys, is that I started the blue page about 3-4 years ago, and I haven't looked back. It's been very, very good for me money-wise and connection-wise. I've just been able to create a lot of opportunities for myself because of it. And I feel like a lot of people get a misunderstanding of what the blue page actually kind of is. So a lot of you guys don't know, but it started off as an entrepreneur page, and then it kind of shifted into a lot more, now that what you see out, like the sexual stuff. But you don't have to be overly sexual on the blue page. And that's one thing that I feel like a lot of people have a misconception of, that, I feel like I'm here to prove to you guys that there are a lot of creators out here who are very, very much doing the bare minimum and still being able to create tens of thousands of dollars a month. And that's what I want a lot of you guys to really get a grip on here seeing this podcast, is that you can also be someone that, is out here making tens of thousands of dollars a month without having to put yourself out on the front lines to a certain extent like all these other people are that you see on the internet. Guys, I've had a lot of DMs and stuff telling me to start this podcast. Specifically, a lot of DMs. I get a lot of DMs from dudes. I don't know why I do, but I just do. And specifically by dudes, I mean like dudes that aren't straight. So yeah, a lot of that, and honestly a lot of girls too, but it's just a lot of everything. One thing I will say, I definitely had some pretty crazy encounters with some dudes that are not straight. There's one person who used to try to manage me a long time ago. Yeah, one time went to Vegas was communicating with another manager, and the manager got so upset that they left the venue that we were at and just basically ran away, all upset, off the liquor. Just couldn't handle the fact that I was having a good conversation with someone else. It was such a weird vibe because I was working with this person for business purposes, obviously, and the whole getting mad because I'm talking to someone else, it kind of just rubbed me the wrong way. And honestly, I didn't want to work with that person ever again. Honestly, it made me feel so weird that the dude was like wanting to like just get mad at me talking to someone else, because it just like it just doesn't make sense. Like, if you're someone for business only, as long as they're generating money for you, then you should just not care what they do. Is that's just how it should be. As long as they're still making money, still finding a way to like do their end of the stick, that's all that matters. But yeah, I've had some crazy scenarios, guys. One time I also had a soccer coach that I was guest playing with, caught him going through my bag and sniffing my socks. We ended up having to report that, and things got very serious and just went to a next level that I feel like it should have still gone to that level, but it was a very stressful type of time, because this person was just someone that was known by a lot of people, and just ended up doing something that they weren't supposed to at the wrong time. I have had teammates in the past. I was playing college soccer, and they found out that I was doing the blue page. And, there was mixed emotions, of course. I had a lot of international players, so they're very traditional how they think. And they just came overseas, too, so literally their whole lives not been in America. So, they had very, very mixed emotions about someone that does the blue page. Half of them were about, like, kind of like, oh, I would never do something like that. It's kind of against, like, my upbringing. But then the other half would be like, yo, like, I need money here in America. Like, how could I get started? How can I, like, do something like that, Like, I'm an athlete. My body looks nice. Like, how can I get paid as well? And so it was kind of mixed emotions. But I would say the ones on my team that were just, like, the most fun, the ones that I actually enjoyed the most, were the ones who were actually just, like, the most open and just, like, less judgmental. And honestly, those were the guys that got also laid the most. So it kind of speaks for itself. I don't know if anybody has specifically started a blue page after meeting me, but I feel like I might have helped a little bit. I know Parker Reed from the Wild podcast. When he first came in, he kind of like saw how I was doing things. He saw that I was doing things the straight way, and I feel like he, saw I feel like he sort of saw it like as a vision of something that he could potentially do for himself as well. And he really did carry it on and just ended up doing it as well. So I really fuck with that dude. I'm proud of him. He's gone really far in this shit. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's the only person I know, though, that I could probably say I kind of had some sort of, like, inspiration for them starting, like, the blue page and stuff. So let me break this question down, okay? This is probably the question that I get the most on every platform. Exclusive Cruz, when are you going to collab? I would pay thousands of dollars to see a collab. I just hear it every single day. And let me just explain this to you guys and explain it to you guys once and for all, okay? Exclusive Cruz doesn't do collabs, and let me tell you why. The whole point of being exclusive and actually fulfilling up to that word is that you actually don't just collab with anyone. You just stay at home and you keep yourself to yourself. And that's why I feel like I'm set apart from all these different creators. A lot of these different creators in the industry, they've given themselves up to everyone. You guys have seen it. I've seen it. We're not new to this. Let's be real. But I'm the only one that's really stuck to it and just done 0 collabs the entire time. I believe I'm the only one that could really carry this exclusive legacy in the industry. So that's why I'm staying exclusive, and you guys are going to be able to take a deeper dive into anyone in the industry who is truly exclusive, or to anyone in the industry who may have some sort of exclusivity approach. I want you guys to really, really get invested into this and be excited for this, guys, because there's a lot to come. There's a lot of creators for you guys to meet, and there's a lot of things for you guys to see that you haven't seen yet. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's Exclusive Cruz, and thank you guys for tuning in to Staying Exclusive. See you guys on the next episode.